Hey, good evening. Map here, Map Investments. Hope you're all doing good. Big rally. CPI report came out lighter than what was expected, and it caused a big rally. Um, Dow pops 1,200 points, S&P jumps 5%, and biggest rally in 2 years after light inflation report. Um, so yeah, come in lighter. Good day overall. I I um I took the opportunity. We can go here into the futures. I took the opportunity. I had 110 fills today. I know, crazy. But by the time the bell opened, since I have like pretty much all to buy my spreads at 50% profit for most of them, they all the dings by like the first hour had like 25 dings. Um, the 10-year down 32 bips to 382 on lower inflation. So interest rates came down. And the Fed now is expected, I think, to cut now, supposedly raise interest rates only 50 basis points, but we shall see. Um, the dollar got destroyed today, down almost 2.5% to 107.87. So big drop in the dollar. Um, Now it's a catch 22 because when we have a weaker dollar, that means we buy less stuff. So it's kind of like counterintuitive, counterintuitive with inflation. So when the dollar goes down, you can buy less of everything. So see what happens with that. All foreign currencies were up. The Bitcoin debacle with FTX continues, and Bitcoin is at 17.5. Actually, the market's going to close now in a minute, the futures, and then everything gets marked to market, or you close or whatever you want to do with your futures. Oil wasn't that involved today, sitting at 86.22, and the EIA report yesterday didn't didn't meet the expectations. Um, EIA report. Could pull that up. News. Um, let's see here. I like that one. There was one that I read yesterday from Market Watch. I was pretty simple in layman terms. Let's see. Market Watch. Market Watch. Oh, this is talking about natural gas. Um, and this was yesterday's. So the EIA Wednesday reported U.S. crude inventories rose by 3.9 barrels on average, analysts forecasted a decline of 700,000 barrels. The EIA showed that weekly inventory declines of 900,000 barrels for gasoline and 500,000 barrels for distillates, which is kerosene, jet fuel, diesel. The analyst survey had called for a decrease of 1.2 million barrels of gasoline and 900 of distillates. So it didn't meet the EIA, the bullish side of the report, in other words. But SPR at 40-year low still, so I'm still bullish on the energy sector. Um, there was another article here that I haven't even read. I guess it was, oh, right here. This one was 6 hours ago. That was today's. Today? 10th? Yeah. On the natural gas. So the domestic natural gas supplies rose by 79 billion cubic feet for the week ended November 4th, compared with an average analyst forecast of 82 billion cubic feet. Total working gas stocks and storage stand at 3.58 trillion cubic feet, down 30. So it was down. So I think net gas was up today. Net gas up 29 cents to 6.15. The S&P was up a whopping 217 points, which is equivalent to 5.79% uh, increase. Crazy. Big day, big day. I'm sure a lot of 401ks are happy out there. I haven't touched my 401k. I'm on that. I'm on the, I want to say it's the Bloomberg Target Fund. Bloomberg Target Fund, I think it is. Is it that one? I'll tell you now. Let's see. I have it on my phone. It's through Fidelity, and I have it through the Roth portion of it. Like that, when you take it out when you're older, you don't get taxed because I would assume taxes are gonna be higher when we get older. I can't imagine them going going down in the future. Why doesn't it tell me here? I hate it when I can't see what investments. Oh, it's the BTC LifePath 2040, not Bitcoin. Okay, guys, don't laugh at me. Okay, can you imagine those people that were saying that no, that yeah, Bitcoin uh, is gonna be in 401ks? It's just crazy. It's the BlackRock LifePath Fund 2040. Yeah, so I have it there because more or less that's hopefully when I can retire, God willing. So I I left it in there, let it do its thing. Uh, Gold up 2.64%. Big big fan of the precious metals, and I think there's so many undervalued miners out there. Um, Taking a look at so if you take a look at let's take a look at my friend here, Euro Pacific, my friend Peter Schiff, Euro Pacific, Pacific. Come on, where are you? Here it is. Gold. Wow, it was down on the day. Pretty crappy. But if you look at some of these miners, these are some of his biggest holdings. Look at these percentages, and the metals are not at lows. Some research has to be done here. Remember, what this EV evolution that supposedly is going to be here in, in the next decade, they need to mine this stuff. So, look for miners maybe in the cobalt, lithium. I know some by heart. There's SQM, probably over $100 easy, and ALB is another one, up $20 today. These guys are big into that industry, to name a few. Silver up 2%, 21.75, approaching that $22 mark. Ethereum up 163. Don't care about the cryptos. I did do a couple bullish trades in the cryptos via put credit spreads using the Beto. And these Betos only, these spreads are $100 each. So that's what I did to play, to just be engaged. Um, the Nasdaq up 845 points, 7.80%. Mind-boggling, mind-boggling. Dow Jones up 1265, up 3.89%. Incredible. Platinum and palladium up. Small caps up 6%, 6.41%, 1876. VIX down. Well, we had the VIX up here, but the VIX was down. VIX was down 10%. 10% of the VIX. Grains, the WASD report came out. I would have to do more research on the WASD report. It's the world. I think the report was pointing more bullish towards soybeans, but I haven't done my due diligence on that. And it's world agricultural supply and demand estimates, and that's what moves the grain markets. Um, and the grains didn't show any life today. The meats were higher, cattle was higher, feeders were higher, so higher steak prices. Hogs were flat, and that's pretty much it in regards to the futures. Um, Good day for MAP Investments. A lot of fills, raised some cash on this rally. Where do we go from here? That's the big question. Where do we go from here? So here's the chart on the SPY, and I want to say this red line is the 50-day. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'll tell you here. Chart legend. So the red line is a 50-day, and the black line is a 200-day. Thank you, chart legend. So we are completely way over the 50-day. Now, can the rally continue up to the 200-day, which approximately will put us more or less at about 405? That'd be a big rally. A couple videos ago, I did that Santa Claus rally. RS is at 54 on the S&P. So we had big volume today. Maybe we consolidate a little bit and then bump up again. Not sure. I wouldn't put my feet to the fire in this environment with a lot of layoffs happening. Inflation's still high. The Fed still has to raise rates. Here's the Qs. Now the Qs got over the 50-day today with volume. So is this a good area maybe to short? Might be. Maybe the 285 if you're not believing the rally. I tried to do some call credit spreads. I tried to short, companies that are not profitable. That's what I tried to do today. Besides closing my stocks and my longs and stuff like that. Here's the Dow Jones. Now the Dow Jones is over the 50-day and 200-day, and it just showing a clean break, and it's one of the stronger of the indexes, and we'll look at that now. And the IWM is right on the 200-day, as you can see here. And those are your indexes. Gold, let's take a look at gold. We know Bitcoin is breaking down. Gold looks like it's breaking out. Here's a 161 last high here, and it's breaking out with some volume. And the 200-day will put it probably at 167 more or less would be the 200-day. Looks bullish there, and silver's up over the 200-day. Not only did it go over the 50-day, but it's over the 200-day right now as well. TLT is equivalent to interest rates. We had a little bump here. Are we going to get back to the 50-day on the interest rates here? I don't know. They still got to do more cutting on the rates. Not cutting, raising interest rates, which would make this fall. And that's where we're at. I mean, I think with the VIX at 25, the VIX is at 25, more or less, still elevated. I wonder if there's a historical. Let's ask Google. Historical VIX. Average maybe. What's the long-term average of the VIX? 21. So it says here. Who knows? We're still above that. So, I mean, this is the question that I ask myself, and a lot of pros are stating this that I've heard when they come out on CNBC, is that they say that this might be a lost decade. Um, I mean, we have a long way to go to. Let's look at the S&P 500. The all-time high was 479. We're at 394. A good 85 points away. Do you guys really think we're going to see all-time highs? Um, I don't see it here in the near future. I think there's some pain away in the future, unfortunately, with what the Fed has to do, with where inflation's at, with the deficits that we have. Um, that's why I think sometimes it might be better just to trade, have the knowledge, be engaged, and put the trades, and use your capital more efficiently. Um, yeah, sure, I have my 401k, but to give you an example, maybe I got lucky. You never know. In 2020, when COVID hit, and I had been preparing myself. I've been watching markets for like 20 years, but I got really engaged with options. I would say probably in the last 5 years, by watching YouTube videos, watching tasting work, watching TV, Ameritrade educational uh, channel, and pretty much self-taught myself and watched the pros and did some reading and watching. And when COVID hit in 2020, more or less it was March. Look at the chart here, 2020 over here, where we went from basically 338 more or less, 340 on the SPY, all the way down to 218. So I mean, we were just destroyed, big destroyed. We're talking about, let's see, 340 all the way down to 218. What's that? My brain is fried by this time today. 340 minus 218. That was 122 points on the SPY that was lost in a blink of an eye. That's a big percentage hit. So then the Fed puts interest rates at zero and prints well, they have on their balance sheet about $9 trillion. And we go all the way up to basically 489, I think it was that I said. 480. Incredible. So basically from 218 to 480. Now, if you look at this chart, this is bearish. This does not look good. If you look at a long-term perspective, this looks bullish. This doesn't look. There's more red candles, and we're approaching here on this weekly chart the 200-day moving average. So I wonder, is it better to be a trader or an investor? Is an investor just someone that holds on to bad trades over a long term? Who knows? But what I was going to, I just want to show you something. So when COVID hit here, the CARES Act came out, and I had my 401k money there. They let you take up to 100 grand out without no taxes or any penalties, and you would have 3 years to put that money back into retirement accounts uh, without a penalty or pay taxes on it. So basically, let you take the money out and you can put it back within 3 years without any fees. And I decided to do that. I was like, not saying I haven't had bad years this year. I probably have a negative year. That's fine. Um, but in 2020, I said I have to do what I have to do, and I took a big chunk out and I started trading. Um, I knew that my career my career where I was working was endangered. That's why it's always great to have your own skill set, your own ability. Uh, so if anything happens, your own side hustle, you could depend on number one yourself, numero uno. Um, I started trading a lot, and push comes to shove, I was well, the company went bankrupt. I got laid off, and I was able to turn that 401k money. Uh, I basically tripled it, and I got nervous when I tripled it. I was like, I gave a big chunk to my wife. I was like, we had an investment property. Go ahead, pay it off. So you gotta take the good with the bad. And sometimes you have to know when to put your chips in and take your chips out. And I don't think I would have ever done that in my 401k over the years. I've been doing 401k for since I started working. I mean, I'm 46. When I got out of college, I was started working like in '01, '02. Started doing 401ks, and yeah, maybe if I would have held it this long through time, it would. But look at all the gyrations. I mean, maybe I got lucky. I don't know. All I know is that thank the Lord, I put myself in a good position in trading and knowing the ins and outs of the option markets, where you could do a lot more with less, and it's a better return on investment (ROI), uh, and it's a good way to put your capital in the markets. Because today, I mean, you look at these stocks and like, what can you do with Tesla at 190? 100 shares is 19 grand. Not everybody has 19 grand in a trading account, but you guys out there can do a $100 spread, a $250 spread, a $500 spread. Amazon 96 bucks, Apple 146. 100 shares is 14 grand. Like, what are you gonna buy 10 shares? I guess you could buy 10 shares. That's 1,400 bucks. It went up 12 bucks today and made $120. Right? Is that right? 10 times 12, yeah, $120 on $1,400. Or does it sound better? You do let's say $100 spread and you make $50. You do the math, see what's a better return on capital. But that's why I say you got to do a lot of trades, and that's why I had over 100 fills today. If you look at my fills, 110, and that's what you try and set yourself up for when you do these things. Anyways, I had fun last night. I did a little short on the Panthers game. Me cutting this video out. I gotta leave. I'm gonna go to the. I might do a short also on. I'm gonna go watch the U.S. women's soccer team. My daughter's a big soccer player, and they play Germany tonight in a friendly match. Stay safe. Like the channel. Subscribe. I hope you guys participate in this rally and made some money. Um, Keep watching, and let's get to the next level here with these trades. Bye bye now.